Adding series or shunt element to the load using a Smith chart. As shown in this figure, consider a source Vs connected to the load impedance Za using a transmission line whose characteristic impedance is equal to Za. Then the input impedance between the terminal 2, that is looking into the terminal 2, the impedance is given by equal to Za. That has a real part Ra and reactive part Xa. Assume this Za is a normalized one. Then and example, if it is Za is equal to 0.2 plus j0.2, so that Za, the impedance between the terminal 2, that is Zn equal to Za, we can mark it over the Smith chart as shown in this figure. This is the point A on the Smith chart. It is the intersection of R is equal to 0.2 circle. This is the R is equal to 0.2 circle. So real resistance value is written here 0.2. So this is R is equal to 0.2 circle. And you have to take X is equal to 0.2. X is equal to 0.2 circle is this. This is X is equal to 0.2. Intersection of R is equal to 0.2 and X is equal to 0.2 is the point A. So this is the impedance A. This input impedance between the terminal 2 is equal to Za. That is marked on the Smith chart as shown in this figure. Now, if you add a series element to this Za, see like this, series reactive element as shown in this figure. If you add series element along with the Za, then the input impedance between the terminal changes. Now that input impedance looking into the terminal 2, Zn is given by Za plus Jx. Here if you take Za is equal to Ra plus Jxa, this Jxa added with the reactance of the Za. So now the net reactance of Zn is equal to Jxa plus Jx. So here the reactance of the input Zn changes based on the value of X. It may be this series element. Series element value is a Jx. Based on the value of this X, the total reactance of the Zn changes. But the resistance value of this Zn remains the same as the load impedance value Re. That is equal to this Re. Only reactance changes. So by adding the X or a series element, the reactance of the net reactance between these two terminal changes. It may increase or decrease based on the value of X. For example, X is positive. That means added series element is inductor. Then X is positive. So then the reactance between these two terminal increases. Similarly, if X is negative, that means the added element is capacitor. Then the net reactance between these two terminal reduces. So like that, based on the series element added here, the net reactance value changes between these two terminal, but resistance value remains the same by adding a series reactive element. So it may increase or decrease based on the value of this series element. So this is nothing but moving from point A. This is the impedance marked, that is Za is marked here. So that is adding a series element along with this Za is nothing but moving from point A on the resistance circle. This is a resistance circle passing through the point A. If you move from point A in the clockwise direction like this to the point B or to the point D. For example, if from A we moved in the clock from point A, moved along the resistance circle to reach the point B. Now at this point the impedance is 0.2 plus j0.5. That means at this position the impedance is 0.2 plus j0.2 at this position. But from here, if you move on the resistance circle like this to reach the point B, resistance value remains the same, like a 0.2 only, but reactance changes to 0.5. So at this position, the impedance is 0.2 plus j 0.5. Resistance remains the same at 0.2, but reactance changes to 0.5. So moving from A to B in the clockwise direction, as shown in this arrow, the reactance increased here. That is, increased means it is nothing but adding a series inductor. So like that, moving from A to B, it is we can treat it as addition of series element along with the existing impedance. Similarly, from A, if you move in the anti-clockwise direction like this, and the same resistance circle, if you move in the anti-clockwise direction, the resistance value remains the same, but reactance reduces. So reduce, that means we are adding a capacitor in series with the existing value of A. That's why reactance decreases. So here the reactance is minus 0.2. Initially it is 0.2 at point A, now it is minus 0.2. That means it reduced here as you move from A to B in the clockwise. So from A you move like this to reach the C in the anti-clockwise direction on the resistance circle. This is a resistance circle, we move like this. So resistance value remains the same, that is 0.2, but reactance changes to minus 0.2. So like that, it is nothing but adding a capacitor along with the along with the impedance here, XA, series reactance. So addition of series element like this with the existing load like this ZA increases the reactance or increases or decreases the reactance between the terminal 2. So that is nothing but moving on the resistance circles like this. So you can move over any resistance circles like this. We may move over this circle, or you may move over like this, either in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction. For example, here we are moving, this is the point here, initial point here. So it's at this position the impedance is 0.5, resistance value is 0.5 and reactance is 0.2. Now for example, if you move from here to here, that means we are moving on a 0.5 resistance circle. From here we are moving on a 0.5 resistance circle, because 0.5 is a resistance value. From here on the resistance circle we are moving to point B in the anti-clockwise direction. So the reactance now decreased. Initially it is 0.2, now it is equal to minus 0.2. So reactance reduces. That means we are adding a capacitor in series with the existing impedance. So like that, moving on resistance circles, it may be over any resistance circle, either this or any like this, adds a series element along with the existing impedance. It may be inductor or capacitor based on in which direction we are moving from the existing impedance. If you move in the clockwise direction like this, it adds the series inductor. From the existing point, if you move over the resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction like this to the any point, if you move like that, adds a capacitor in series like this. Then the overall impedance looking into the terminal changes like this. So we can change the impedance between the terminal 2 by adding a series element. That is, even we can add whatever the required value of reactance. Either we can add an inductor or we can add a capacitor, and we can find the value of reactance, how much we added. Either it may be a positive reactance or a negative reactance by moving from one point to another point over the resistance circle. Because as we move over resistance circles, resistance value remains the same, only the reactance value changes, as you see here. So reactance is 0.2 here. If you move to here, reactance changes to 0.5, but resistance remains the same. Similarly, if you move to this point, reactance is 1, but resistance remains the same. Similarly, you can move over any circle like this here also. For example, here, from here, center here, if you move to here, the reactance, it is reactance here is 0. From here, if you move from here to here, the resistance value remains the same, that is 1 only, and reactance changes to 1. So like that, moving over any resistance circles like this, are that adds the series element like this. It may be positive reactance or negative reactance based on in which direction we are moving over a resistance circle. If you move in the clockwise direction, that adds the inductor in series. If you move in the anti-clockwise direction, that adds a capacitor, negative reactance, in series with the existing impedance. So overall impedance looking to the terminal to changes. Like that, we can add either a series inductor or capacitor of required value from the Smith chart here. We can calculate what is the reactance added. That is, for example, if you are moving from A to B here, so you take a value of A minus the value of that from the B value. So initial take the value of A minus that from the B value. We will be getting the how much reactance is added. It may be positive reactance or a negative reactance. So like that, we can calculate. For example, here reactance at position A is 0.2, reactance at position B is 0.5. We are moving from A to B, so this is a final position. You take the value of A minus 0.2 minus that from the reactance of point B, that is 0.5. 0.5 minus 0.2, that is a 0.3. So the added reactance as you move from A to B is a 0.3. So we can come to know what is the reactance added here. Actually, we are reading from the Smith chart here, that is a normalized one. You can get an actual value multiplying that by the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. So like that, moving over resistance circles, we can find what is the value of what type of reactive element we are adding, either capacitor or inductor, and we can find out what is the reactance from the Smith chart. From that, we can find out what is the value of inductor or a capacitor added in series with the existing value of impedance. So this is about moving on the resistance circles present on the ZY chart. Similar to this, we can also on the Smith chart, ZY chart, conductance circles also there as shown in this figure. So these are the conductance circles like this present on the Smith chart. As we saw in the earlier sections, there are conductance circles like this on the Smith chart. These are the and the value of conductance written here. So for example, this is a conductance circle with the value is equal to 0.2. Similarly, this is a conductance circle with a value is equal to 0.5. If you move over this conductance circle, the value of conductance remains the same, that is 0.5. But as you move over like this, the susceptance changes here. These are the susceptance circles. They are the susceptance circles. So susceptance values are written minus 0.2, minus 0.5, minus 1, minus 2 like this. These are the susceptance values, and these are the susceptance circles. So moving on conductance circles like this, over the conductance, moving on the conductance circle in the clockwise direction, maybe in the anti-clockwise direction or in the clockwise direction like this, that changes the susceptance value here. Similar to here, moving on constant resistance circle changes the reactance. So here reactance is something, if you move to here it is 0.5. So reactance changes if you move like this on the resistance circle if you move. Similar to that, if you move over the conductance circle, susceptance changes like this. For example, here A, the susceptance is equal to 0.5. This is a susceptance circle, its value is equal to plus 0.5. From here, move on the conductance circle, that is a 0.2 circle. This is a conductance value of the circle is equal to 0.2. From here, if you move in the clockwise direction to reach the point B, the impedance, the admittance here is conductance value is 0.2 only. It remains the same, but the susceptance changes from plus 0.5 to plus 1. So the susceptance value changed here. as we move from here to here in the clockwise direction, but conductance value remains the same. This is nothing but addition of shunt element along with the load ZA. So if you move like this in the clockwise direction, in the over the conductance circle, move over a conductance circle like this to the any point, it may be to here or here, anywhere, that is nothing but addition of shunt element like this. Even in the you can move in the anti-clockwise direction also, move in the clockwise direction or in the anti-clockwise direction over the conductance circle that adds the shunt element like this. So from moving in the anti-clockwise direction like this over the conductance circle from point A, this is a impedance marked here. If you from here move on the conductance circle like this in the anti-clockwise direction, that adds the inductor in shunt, like inductor, the shunt element adds the inductor. Similarly, if you move on the conductance circle in the clockwise direction like this, that adds the capacitor in shunt. So if you move over conductance circle from the existing point, you can move in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction over the conductance circle that adds the shunt element. It may be a capacitor or a inductor based on in which direction we are moving from the existing point. If you move in the anti-clockwise direction, that adds the inductor in shunt, this inductor in shunt. If you move in the clockwise direction, it adds the capacitor in shunt. So you can move over any conductance circle like a 0.5, this for example 1. Conductance value of the circle is 1. Conductance value of circle is 1. For example, if you are at this position, now if you move from here to here, that is you are moving on the conductance circle like this. So you are moving from A to B on the conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. This is arrow shows the direction. You are moving from A to B in the anti-clockwise direction. So it adds the inductor in shunt like this. So you can move over any conductance circle like a 0.5, like either you can move like this or like this. Conductance value remains the same, but susceptance changes. Susceptance changes means it is nothing but adding a shunt element along with the ZA. So we can find the value of susceptance. What is the value of susceptance added? If you know the susceptance of existing point and the final point. For example, this is the initial point A, and this is a point where we moved from A to B in the clockwise direction. You take a value of this B, that is a 1, and minus this 0.5 minus the susceptance of this from the susceptance of this point, from the susceptance of B. From you have to minus the initial value susceptance from the final position susceptance value. We will be getting what is the value of B added, susceptance added. So like that we can find the value of this, how much is added. So moving on constant conductance circles like this, any of the conductance circle, it is nothing but adding a shunt element. Similarly, we are moving on resistance circles, adds the capacitor, adds the reactive element in shunt. So here resistance circles and conductance circles, all these are on the same chart, on the Smith chart. See like this. So this is a YZ chart. In the YZ chart, moving on conductance circles means moving on here. See, this is a conductance circle here. Moving on conductance circles, these are the susceptance circles. We can find susceptance circles are like this. These are the conductance circles. So we can move from any point to any point like this. So conductance value remains the same, susceptance changes. By knowing that, we can find what is the shunt element added. Similarly, these are the resistance circles. This red color, and this is a red color here. This is the resistance circles. And moving on these resistance circles, any point from example here to here, it reactance changes. So we can come to know what is the reactance changed as you move in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction on the resistance circles. So by knowing that, we can find the either shunt element added or a series element added. If you are moving on conductance circles either in the clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, that adds the shunt element. Similarly, if you move on resistance circles like this, resistance circles, that adds a series element, and it may be a positive element or a negative element, like an inductor or a capacitor. That we can come to know which direction we are moving on the resistance circles. It may be on any resistance circles like this. We can move over any resistance circle. So we can add a shunt element and a series element to the existing load using the Smith chart. We can add a series or shunt element of required value using the Smith chart easily, as shown in this, explained in this one.